Undoubtedly one of Zimbabwe's best urban grooves and afro-jazz diva. Her music has so much depth and will leave you wanting more. Welcome to the Alice Makaya Show. And now let's meet Diana Samkange. Hi Diana, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thank you. You can make yourself comfortable. Well, Diana, it's so good to see you.
Same.
And welcome to the Alice Makaya Show.
Thank you for having me.
First Lady, where did that name emanate from?
First lady. They call me the first lady. My colleagues, fellow urban groovers. Maybe it's because I was one of the pioneer musicians in the urban groove sector. Okay, besides the fact that they were one of Placidus, we started like way back. I then came through and then there was like a small movement we started, which was called Chikutiro movement. So I was the first lady of Chikutiro because I was the only girl in that whole movement. And a bunch of guys and all. So yeah, maybe that's why they decided to really call me the first lady.
The First Lady, okay. So can you just tell us about your musical career? When did you discover that you were a talented musician?
I was a very reserved young girl as I grew up. I was very reserved and shy, very shy. I don't even know where all this came from. Okay, and then I had fellow friends, musicians who sang and who are still singing up to date. So I used to hang out more with them, the likes of Ngoni and the late TVA, the Playboy. So they inspired me because I used to see them sing in the studio, and it used to be so much fun. And I tried one thing, and then the next thing they were like, you're so good at singing.
Why don't you try singing?
Yeah, so that's how I started. But way before, I was in the church choir, and I come from a music background. Like, I've got family members who are prominent music directors in the country, so maybe it runs in the blood also.
Can you tell us some of the names?
There's my uncle. His name is Diana Samkange. He directs and he writes music for all the school choirs in Zimbabwe. And I also have an uncle called Elisha Kaisi. He's a music director and he writes even songs for church choirs, Methodist church choirs.
So it runs in the family.
So maybe it's just in the blood.
It's in the blood.
Yeah.
Being an artist is very demanding. So how do you balance your time between your musical career, your role as a mom and a wife?
I was so scared that I wasn't going to be able to balance all that, but it just came naturally. When I became a mom, well, there was a question, was I going to really pull through, being a mom, going to the studio, going for shows. But I can say I give credit to that son of mine because he's not really a problem. He's someone you can just live with, someone you go to work and you come back. So I've been able to balance it 50-50. I think it's working really well.
Right, and how old is he now?
He's a year and 3 months.
A year, so he's still a baby.
Yeah, he's still a baby.
Yeah, and is your husband supportive?
Oh yeah, I can say that he's my #1 fan, apparently.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he supports me through thick and thin. Yeah, sometimes, music can be really difficult. Media, bad publicity, which is also good in a way. But he's always there. He understands me. Yeah.
Right, and have you received any bad publicity?
A lot.
A lot.
But that is life, Any publicity is good publicity, whether good or bad. Yeah, I think.
So how do you respond to bad publicity?
I used to really break down and say, okay, why are they doing this to me and stuff? But with time, I grew to understand that,
it's part of the business.
You are an entertainer. If you're in the entertainment industry, you should expect so many things. Yeah, it sure happens. People want to know more about you, so.
So naturally, yeah. So what inspires your lyrics?
My lyrics? I can say that I'm inspired by true story situation. I sing about something which sometimes happen in my life. Yeah, most of the situations I sing about, it's my life.
Have you ever gone through a difficult time in your life?
Okay, there was a time I had a challenge, with my medical, yeah, my health status. But okay, yeah, it was so hard because there was a condition which the doctors found out recently. Okay, it's not HIV, it's not something really bad, but it's something really, it shattered me somehow. Yeah, so it was a difficult time. But with family and friends and my husband and all the closest people to me, I pulled through. And yeah, here I am back again.
We lost a lot of musicians last year due to certain ailments. But do you think that that could be a result of stress that maybe then culminates into a disease?
I can relate to that because okay, that's the situation I was talking about. Because recently they said my stress level was high and stuff. You'll be thinking about so many things. And
Precisely.
if you're a public figure, you really want to leave a mark and you want to make sure that there's nothing bad being said about you. You're at the right place at the right time with the right people. So it's so hectic. Then it then leads to stress.
Precisely, because being a celebrity is a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of
And
pressure
a lot of
it
people don't
requires
realize that.
a lot of
Kumagumo Erudo is one of my favorite songs. What inspired you to write that song?
I was in love.
You love
I was in love.
with your husband?
Yes. Yeah, it was more of a dedication to him. Yeah, it's his song. So I was simply saying, Kuti, andidi kusvika kumagumo erudo. Magumo erudo is a situation whereby you find out kuti makutorwa, you're fighting, you're cheating, mukutukana every time, So I was simply saying I don't want to get kumagumo erudo, to those things. So let's just be in love forever. I don't want to get at the end of it. Magumo erudo. Magumo erudo. Magumo erudo. And on that love note, we take a break, and when we return, we'll give you more on the First Lady, Diana Samkange. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching the Alice Makaya Show. And with me in the studio is Diana Samkange, an urban grooves and afro-jazz diva. Well, Diana, I've often noted that a lot of Zimbabwean music is very similar in terms of the beat and the style. What makes your music stand out? The main reason is I sing about love. I preach love everywhere I go. The other problem we face when it comes to that, the similarity of beats and lyrics and stuff amongst musicians, is because of lack of originality. If your song is original, you never go wrong. It will definitely stand out on its own. So you don't really have to make so much effort. Just that small talent, and then everything else will just flow.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that there is a culture in Zimbabwe where I find that musicians do not have originality. It's really sad because a lot of them fizzle out. I mean, when I look at musicians like Oliver Mtukudze, the reason why they've lasted is because of their originality. Whereas others mimic perhaps international artists, or they mimic other musicians in Zimbabwe. How do you think that can be corrected?
I think it also depends with the artists, because I'm not going to be here to judge and say, Kuti, don't sing in English when you know Beyonce is better than you. Yeah, everyone can sing in English. I mean, it's no one's language, really. But I always try to be different because I sing Shona. I don't have an English song so far, because I know there are people better than me who can sing English better than me. The Beyoncés, the Brandies, and they're out there. So it's really going to take time for me to really stand out there to be one of them. So I'd rather sing in my own language, the one I know best.
And you find that when you sing in your own language, you
People
express
really do
yourself better.
appreciate. Yes, they do appreciate a lot, especially even those who don't understand what I'll be singing. But as I sing, I explain to them what the song is all about. So it makes life easier. Yes.
Yeah, and tell us, how is the arts industry like? I mean, do you support each other as artists, or do you give each other attitude?
The situations differ. They do. I've got other people, they really do make you feel as if, you're nothing, you can't sing, you can't. But I'm not a person who really falls into those traps. Yeah, because I've got my own pride, apparently. But I've got other people who really do support. They support really, really seriously. Yeah, the likes of, female musicians. I've hanged out with Edith Fotonga. Yeah, she really appreciates. I've hung out with Joyce Meti. She's more of a sister in the music industry. Yeah, she supports. So they are there, very cool. The people who support you like through thick and thin. Even there is bad publicity in the newspaper, they'll call you and tell you it's okay, And
It's part of the business.
Yes, it's part of the business. And I think that's what keeps me going. Yes.
Right. Are you very competitive?
I would like to think so.
And are you an attention seeker?
Not really. Yes, not really. Attention seeks me.
Oh, wow. I like that. That's different.
Yeah.
And in as far as your type of music, what message are you trying to convey?
Love. All the way. Love. Yeah, and I'm also planning to do a gospel song. But I think Shinongo Indirana, it falls into the same. Yeah, I preach love throughout, 24/7.
And what other musicians have you collaborated with?
Oh, so many, so many. I've been doing backing vocals for so many big artists, the likes of the Tango Iguasandos, the likes of, I've worked with Flexilis. I've worked with Ja Praiser. He's the raga artist, and yeah, I've worked with the Mono Nkwindus, almost, yeah, so many musicians, yeah.
Yeah, and we know that Zahara performed on Friday, and you were one of the support artists. Can you just tell us, how was it?
It was wonderful. Yes, I would like to think that I gave it my best shot throughout. And I loved being one of the main people performing there. Yeah, it was a good opportunity for me. Yeah, and good for my profile as well. Yeah.
And what do you think of Zahara as an artist?
Oh, she's a great artist. Definitely. She stands out. She's just one in a million. Yes. So she's different in a way. She's not like any other musician, a female musician, because some of them are really obvious.
When you look at Zimbabwean performers, they're not on par with South African artists and other international artists. What is really lacking?
I know of so many Zimbabwean musicians who can sing even better than South African musicians, than even people from the States. But we're lacking one thing, which is management, proper management. That's where we're losing it all. Because you find a musician wanting to do everything, in his brand. He wants to market, he wants to be the manager, he's sponsoring. I mean, he even wants to be the band manager, and you can't do all that on your own. You really have to have someone running around doing the day-to-day business. Your own business is to sing, to go on stage to sing, to come for interviews and to answer all the questions. Just like
Yeah, that's
that's my job. And doing charity work. Everything else, there's a person, an Ingar background, running around. So I think that's where we're lacking. Yeah.
But don't you think that it's possibly because of having no finances? Because if you're going to have someone taking care of your marketing, your PR, and you're going to have your manager, it means that ultimately you'll have to pay all of them.
In all cases, it's not about money, you know. It's about working with a perfect group of people who understand your destiny, you know, who understand that you want to be the best musician, you want to be the best female musician. They have to have the same dream, to share the same dream with you. So you find Kuti, in many cases, they won't even have to ask for money, but you as a person, do you know Songota, you know what, you worked with me today. Here is money for whatever, do your stuff. So it's not really about money to have good management or a good name. Yeah.
All right. And on that note, we take a break. And when we return, we'll be in our lifestyle segment. And I'm still talking to Diana. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Are you still watching the Alice Makaya Show? And I'm still talking to the First Lady, Diana Samkange. Well, Diana, given the amount of stress that a lot of artists go through, you know, in this particular industry, how do you keep yourself together?
I've got one secret. I hang out around the right people, the positive people, you know, with positive things to say about me. Yeah, that's how I go through every day of my life. Yeah, I hate negative people around me. Yeah, I know hate is a strong word, but I really do hate them. Yeah, I don't want negative people around me because, you know, it will distract me to achieving whatever I want to achieve. Yes.
And do you keep fit?
Not of late.
Not
Not
really.
of late. Yeah, not of late.
Is it because you don't have time?
Partly, yeah, partly. Yeah.
Right. And when you're not singing, what do you do to relax?
I love traveling, road trips. I'm a chess player as well. Yes, I used to play chess at school. Yeah, national. Yeah, matches and stuff. Yeah.
And what other sport do you do?
Besides that, I walk a lot.
Which is good. Yeah, it's good. It's a
walk
good
a lot.
exercise.
I love rock climbing. Yeah, I usually frequent the Domboshawa caves, and yeah, I climb rocks.
So if you want to catch Diana, go to the Domboshawa
Yes,
caves.
definitely.
And what does it take to succeed in this industry?
Patience, good background, like where you come from, because really charity begins at home, and a lot of hard work and charity work. Yeah, that's what it takes.
And which charities are you affiliated to?
I donate clothes to so many children's homes and stuff, and the needy, even food. Yeah, so many things. Yeah, I visit the sick in the hospitals. Every time I have time, I go to Parinyatwa, I go to C7, I go to West End, I go everywhere. Yeah, and I visit
Yeah,
the sick.
and recently we lost an international artist, Whitney Houston. When you heard about her death, how did you take it?
It's a sad situation. Yeah, I can say it was a sad moment for so many people in this world because she was one of the best vocalists in this world. And yeah, we really lost out. We really lost out. And I'm sad because I hadn't gotten a chance to meet her. So that's
You're hoping
why.
one day you could meet her.
Yeah.
And drugs, there seems to be a problem with a lot of these international artists. Why, or in your own opinion, what do you think drives artists to do drugs?
Peer pressure. Peer pressure. You see the next person doing it, you think it's cool. But it's not cool at all. Because number one, at the end of the day, you are a public figure. You have got so many people to answer to when things go wrong, when things fall apart, health-wise, and you know. So drugs are not really good at all.
And what advice would you give to, you know, people out there that would like to get into the musical industry?
First of all, be of a sober mind.
Definitely
Yeah,
sober.
it really helps. And try and be professional, you know. Be very friendly to people. Yeah, don't be very big-headed. The minute you have one song on radio, you grow a big head. It doesn't help
You
at
think,
all.
oh, I've made it.
Yes, just be humble. Humble is the way to go throughout.
And they say when
Yes.
you are humble, then you'll be
You will be,
exalted.
yes, you'll be lifted up by people, not by yourself.
And how would you best describe yourself as an artist?
I think I'm very kind around my colleagues and stuff. I always try to be very friendly and be motherly. That's a quality that I have. Motherly, yes.
Motherly.
I'm a mother even to my own bandmates.
And have you ever clashed with any of the other artists at all? Say maybe in a concert situation?
Not really. When I see things going towards that way, I quickly, yes, I pull out. I'm not a really violent person or, you know, with words or physically. Yeah, I'm very reserved and I love my peace throughout. Yeah, even if the next person does anything wrong to me, I'm just like, okay, it's okay. Just like, you know, and life goes on.
Life goes
Yeah,
on. Yeah, I
life
think that's a
goes
good
on.
attitude to have. Right. And what would you like to say to your fellow musicians out there?
I would like to say thanks for being my colleagues, and thanks for making the music industry make sense in a way, because it now does make sense. Yes, in this business, Zimbabwe.
Right. And
Yeah.
to your fans out there?
Thank you so much for supporting me, and I'm promising new fireworks in future, even in all times. Yeah.
So what have you got planned for this year?
I'm recording a new album. Yes, but I'm releasing a single very soon. Yeah, to keep you guys going.
Oh, that's interesting.
As the album comes through. The album is going to be out in August.
In August this
Yes,
year. Okay.
And
Can
I'm
we
releasing my new single sometime next week.
sometime next week?
Exactly.
Wow, I can't wait to hear it. Geez, would you like to perhaps just sing a snippet?
Okay,
For us?
okay, which song now? I'll do a song, my title album to my forthcoming album. It's called Zivanda Zoka. It's a song I wrote when I wasn't really feeling well, you know, so my stress, high blood pressures and stuff. So there was a point I actually believed that, am I going to make it, you know? And at a point, I can say that I nearly just gave up on life. But anyway, I then sang a song after that. So I'm going to do a song about that. Just a snippet.
A snippet of that. Yeah, we would
Okay.
love to hear it. Yeah.
Kumazivanda Zoka, Kumazivanda Zoka iwe, Kumazivanda Zoka iwe, Dakazivanda Zoka, Kumazivanda Zoka, Ndakazozivanda Zoka iwe, kuti kumazivanda Zoka. Yeah.
Wow, that's such a beautiful song. You've got a beautiful
Thank you.
voice.
Thank you so
Yeah, and I
much.
can see you going very far. Well, it was lovely talking to you, Diana, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
And there I was talking to Diana Samkange, an urban grooves and afro-jazz diva. As she says, it takes a lot of hard work, dedication and commitment to reach the pinnacle of success. Well, thank you for watching the Alice Makaya show, and do join us again next week, same time. Take care.